So guys, welcome back to yet another video. In this one today, we're going to be talking about the brand new player moments, Leon Bailey. We're going to complete the SBC in this video. We're then going to try the item out to see if it's worth a pickup. As you can see, I've already completed the first part of this SBC, but I'll show you on screen what team I used for it. This is the team. It's an 85 rated squad with 2 Bundesliga players and a team of the week. We're using Inform de Vrij as our Inform, and the overall cost of that squad was just under 100k, so that's a pretty expensive squad, but obviously that's what we've had to submit. And this is the squad we'll be using for the cheeky back heel SBC. It's pretty standard team. It costs around 55,000 coins, and we're going to be using Inform Bergwijn as the Inform requirement. Also, his rating helps boost the overall of the squad too. And now we've completed both of the SBCs, we now have a player moment, Leon Bailey, coming into the club. Sadly, with these cards, we don't get to see a walkout animation. It's a bit of a shame really, because that's always a fun part of doing the SBCs, getting to see the walkout. You get to see it when they do flashbacks. I wish to do it when you did an SBC that unlocked any special card. Before we move on, we do have 2 packs to open from the SBC. So first, we've got a Prime Mixed Players pack. Can we get ourselves a board or a walkout? We cannot. This pack is going to be pretty naff by the looks of things. My pack, as of late, has not been too great. In fact, we get 1 rare gold player in that pack, and I believe at the current time he is discard price. So not a good first pack. Can the mega pack be any better? Like, seriously, it actually can't be any worse, can it? So fingers crossed this is a better pack. It's not even going to be boards. What a shame that is. So sadly, from the Leon Bailey pack, we won't be making many coins back. Right then, this is the team we're going to be using the Jamaican winger in. In-game, we'll be playing a 4-2-3-1 with this guy as a wide attacking mid. And also in games, I'm going to try him out as a striker as well, because I imagine some people might want to use this guy as a sub on striker. So let's have a closer look at this item then, shall we? He's got 4-star weak foot and 4-star skills, which is very good to see for a winger, and he is left-footed on the left side. In-game attributes wise, he's actually got quite a few decent looking stats. Obviously the pace section is fantastic, we don't need to focus on that too much. In the shooting section, this item has 88 rating for attack positioning, 82 finishing and 87 shot power, and he's also got 87 long shots, so he should be pretty handy in front of goal. Actually, saying that, his composure isn't the best, so maybe inside the box his shooting won't be too great, but from outside of the box it should be pretty solid. We'll have to see how he performs in games, I guess. His passing stats look alright, but nothing too special. You would have hoped for a better crossing attribute on a very high rated winger. His short passing stats seems okay though, but his long passing attribute doesn't look anything too special. The dribbling attributes are very nice though. He's got 91 agility, 89 balance, 86 ball control and 91 in-game dribbling. So on the ball, he should be pretty good. Finally, let's have a quick skim over them physical stats. He's got really good jumping of 90, okay stamina of 83, pretty lowish strength of 64 and a pretty average aggression of 63. Overall, this card looks alright. It doesn't look anything too special if I'm being honest, but hopefully the card will perform quite well in game. So without further ado, let's get into some matches. Let's test this item out. Okay, so this is what we are facing. It's a near full Premier League side, which also features an icon Roberto Carlos, which I'll presume this guy has got from icon swaps. But other than that, very solid Premier League side featuring quite a few overpowered players. Good run from Zaha. Plays it out wide to Leon Bailey, bringing the winger into play. Gets around a few players, puts the ball inside. Has he got a chance to score here? He has, but sadly, it hits the post. That would have been a really impressive finish if he scored that, to be honest, because he did like an outside the foot shot. Zaha gets the ball out to Bailey, who is a bit slow to make a run there. That was an LB pass, and Bailey took his sweet time, but eventually got the ball and then battled up against Walker, but Walker is a bit too strong for him, and he just nudges him off the ball. Oh, Bailey's done really well there. Gets the ball. Can we find someone with the pass? We can. Aubameyang gets a tap in. Thanks to some great work there, off the ball and on the ball, from Leon Bailey. He's going to get round Kyle Walker, who we need to avoid because we know he's too strong for Bailey. Banging the ball across the box. Chance for another goal, and we've almost messed it up completely, but in the end, Pepe gets a tap in. Leon Bailey denied a direct assist there, but obviously he was heavily involved in the build-up, and my opponent has decided to rage quit. So, yeah, let's just quickly move on into another match, shall we? This is what we are facing next. It's a really good team which features some interesting choices of players, but he has got a lot of standout players. He's got Ultimate Stream, Otamendi, Scream, Adama, Endavera, Villa, a couple of icons. Yeah, it's a really good team. Just an interesting way to start, but obviously he will be changing formation in game. Bailey, does really well there to get past Adama, and he's beat another player. He's got a chance to shoot now on that left foot. Nesta blocks, not Iniesta, Nesta blocks, and then in the end, Bailey ends up scoring with his weak foot. Nice finish inside the box. Here's Leon Bailey again. He's been given a bit of space. He's going to dribble past Nesta, and he's going to have another strike at goal, and that one's going to go in the back of the net as well. Really nice, powerful strike, and just like that, we're 2-0 up in the 10-minute mark. At the 10-minute mark. Wow, I'm really tired. I'm just struggling to speak English. And after a bit more persuading, my opponent decides to rage quit. So, yeah, another rage quit and 2 goals for Leon Bailey in that match. The game was quite short, so I don't really have too much to say. So let's just move on in to another game, shall we? This is the team that awaits us in the next match. It's a really nice hybrid which features some pretty cool players. Icon Roberto Carlos at left back, an in-form Kevin De Bruyne at right centre mid, and a bunch of just very good Ultimate Team players. Here's Bailey. Can he get round Chancellor? Yes, he can. He's done well to do so. He's up against another defender now. He fires the ball across the box, and here's a chance for Zaha. But sadly, it's put straight at the keeper. Nice pass there from Zaha to find Bailey, who's now going to go on a bit of a run, and is surely going to get on the end of this. Bailey with a chance to make it 1-0. Goes for the cross-goal power shot, and he rockets it into the back of the net. That is a really nice counter-attack. Bailey showing some great pace, and then he finishes it nicely with a cross-goal shot. For Bailey, what can he do in this position? He's going to come inside with a really nice scoop of the ball there, under a bit of pressure from Cancelo, but stays with the ball. But eventually Gomez crowds us out. And there's the half-time whistle. Unfortunately, at the break, we're 2-1 down. My opponent has had 2 shots on target all game, and both of them have gone in. In the second half, we need to be much more clinical. We're going to switch to the 4-2-2 in the second half, and we're going to play Bailey up front alongside Aubameyang. Aubameyang links up with Bailey. Chance, Aubameyang puts Bailey through, and he gives it back, and Bailey gets a tap in. And just like that, we have equalised. Torreira with a nice pass to find Bailey, who's going to try and get around Joe Gomez here. Gomez is bugging him, but Bailey keeps going, and he does get the shot away, but he was under a bit of pressure. The shot wasn't the best, although it wasn't a terrible shot, and Alisson pulls off a good save. Chance on the counter-attack now. The ball is threaded through. Here's a chance for Leon Bailey to give us a lead. He's under a bit of pressure, takes off the shot, and sadly doesn't convert. I maybe should have shot a bit earlier there. Bailey links up with Aubameyang, and my opponent's made a mistake. My opponent's made a mistake, and it's a chance for Bailey. Oh, that's a disgusting foul. I was about to pull the trigger as well and go for goal, but disgusting foul from my opponent, and I think he's about to get a red card. And there's the full-time whistle. We're heading to extra time. Bailey and Aubameyang linking up nicely. Aubameyang puts the ball through. Bailey, once again, the touch was just a bit heavy, and it bounced through. Here's Kante. Finds Bailey. Bailey goes for the shot with the left foot, and he might have just won it with that shot. He might have just won it with that strike in the 119th minute. A power shot across the goal from Bailey has hit the back of the net. And there's the full-time whistle. We get the 4-3 victory thanks to a very late goal from Moments Bailey, who collects the match ball as he scored a hat-trick in that fixture. Okay, so now we've seen a bunch of gameplay clips with this card, it's time to get into the summary. So, what are my thoughts on this item? I thought it was quite good, to be honest. It was definitely an enjoyable item to use, and that's because the guy is so quick and he gets onto a lot of through balls, which just makes him a fun winger to use because, yeah, he just runs a lot, which is what you want, really. So, yeah, pace and positioning I thought was excellent on this card. No complaints about either of those areas. His shooting, though, I found to be a bit frustrating at times. When this guy is in space and he has a bit of room to shoot, he's excellent. His shooting's great, very powerful, accurate strikes. But when he's under pressure, the shots really are not as effective. They can go straight at the keeper or they can go wide. I definitely noticed that when this guy was under pressure when shooting, his shots were just nowhere near as effective as when this guy is free. So avoid would-be defenders as much as you possibly can when trying to take off a shot with this player. His passing as a whole I thought was okay. It's just nothing too special. His short passing's alright and his crossing's not too bad, but that's about it. Like, there's nothing significant about his passing in my opinion. His dribbling I thought was brilliant. I've got really nothing bad to say about that. I thought he was very agile, he was very good with possession of the football. Occasionally, yeah, he would take a heavy touch when holding sprint, but that's because I was holding sprint. But yeah, for most part, very good on the ball, and like I say, a very fun player to dribble with because he's super fast and has really good agility, and he's one of them players who is pretty good for that LB/L1 dribbling. Physically, not too impressed with this card, to be honest. He's very weak, so he gets knocked off the ball rather easily. He doesn't have the best strength, but he's got good balance, so even when he is nudged off the ball, he does stay on his feet, which is good, but his initial strength is pretty poor, so against the top tier defenders, they're just going to knock him off the ball and dispossess him rather easily. And also, I wasn't overly impressed with his stamina. Now, yes, it definitely could be because I was running with him a lot, but I do that with most of my wingers, and they don't seem to tire as much as Bailey did, and Bailey seemed to tire quite a bit, so that was a bit annoying. He's got good jumping though, and he actually won a couple of aerial battles for me, which was pleasing, so I guess that's an extra positive from his physical attributes. Overall then, what's the verdict on this item? I think it's a pretty good card, to be honest. It's definitely a usable item, but if I'm being honest, will I use this card again in this year's Ultimate Team? Probably not, to be honest, so that's probably a good indication of whether this card is worth picking up or not. Maybe it's worth considering if you run with a Bundesliga team, but if you don't, I would probably give this SBC a miss, especially with Futmus coming up, and there's going to be loads of player SBCs over Futmus. So unless you run with a Bundesliga team, or you're a big Leon Bailey fan, or a fan of the team he plays for, I would probably give this SBC a miss. Although it's a good card, I think there are better alternatives available. Anyway guys, those are my thoughts on the 86 rated Player Moments Leon Bailey. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, drop a like rating on it. Comment below your thoughts. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.